Hello, once more, and welcome back to the channel. Back here on YouTube, doing another Friday MLB Prediction Friday coming into the weekend. It's a doubleheader this weekend on ESPN between the Cardinals and the Cubs, and game two. We got the Rangers and the Padres. We're predicting both games right back here in the 25 MLB predictions for doubleheader this weekend. That being said, let's get started right away. I'll bring in the man out. You know him. His name's RJ Rory Jr. Welcome back to the channel, buddy. Last week, you picked the Twins, I picked the Tigers. Tigers won that game 3-0, RJ. So I have a 7-8 record. You have a 7-8 record. Game, but Joey has a 1-3 record. Cardinals Cubs matchup, starting with that one. Eric Fetty on the mound against Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd, the ace of the Cubs staff, 8-3 on the year. Eric Fetty, not a good record for the Cardinals. Cardinals, they're coming in after getting swept 3 games in a row by the Pirates, and also giving up 13 runs and scoring nothing through 31 innings in that matchup overall. Cardinals, they need to bounce back, and it all starts today on this Friday, 4th of July. If the Cardinals can at least win 2, they could stay in the National League Central race. They need to hope the Brewers can stay cool off as well. But for the Cardinals, they need to hope that they can beat the Cubs this weekend. I know Matthew Boyd, he's one of those tough pitchers. He's one of their aces. I was thinking originally that the Cardinals would not face Boyd, but I was wrong on that because he did pitch on Tuesday against Cleveland. So it winds up that his next start is on Sunday. And with that being said, Cubs lineup is scary good. PCA, Pete Carroll Armstrong, MVP, possibly this year. The catcher's Carson Kelly, former St. Louis Cardinals catcher. He can hit. Cubs just have so many weapons offensively that can do damage. For the Cardinals don't have a lot of weapons. They're a young team. They're trying to make it to win it. That being said, I think the Cubs win this game behind Matthew Boyd, their ace, and I think they can do it in fashion. And Gilbert Joey, he said he's taking the Cardinals, even though he has a 1-3 record. He's taking the Cardinals this weekend. We'll see how that works. RJ, who do you like, Cardinals or Cubs? You heard what I said. I'm taking the Cubs. Gilbert Joey's taking the Cardinals. You gonna stick with Gilbert Joey and go with the Cardinals, or are you gonna go with the Cubs as well with me? You gonna take the Cardinals too? You heard it here first, folks. RJ's taking the Cardinals in this first game for the Cardinals and the Cubs. And the NL Central rivalry. Well, I'm taking the Cubs. Gilbert Joey's taking the Cardinals with RJ. So wish you luck, Gilbert Joey. And RJ, wish you as well luck. So give you those to the Cardinals, and I'll take the Cubs. And the next matchup, we have the Rangers and Patrick Corbin going on the mound against the Padres. Padres at this moment, at this 4th of July, on this Friday, have no starter yet. And RJ wants to go sleep right now, even though he just picked the Cardinals. They have one more pick to make, buddy. Gilbert Jones told me he's picking the Padres, and I can see why Gilbert Jones is taking the Padres. Padres have Fernando Tatis Jr., who's an elite hitter. They're in a playoff race. They're in the midst of a wild card race in the National League West with the Giants right now, and the Diamondbacks with them as well. It's pretty much a 4-team race in the NL West, but who's going to? No, I don't think any of those teams are going to catch up to the Dodgers. So I think the National League West, it's the first team to the wild card to get a wild card spot between the Padres, Giants, and Diamondbacks. It could come down where 2 of them make it, or maybe all 3 make it. We don't know. But the National League's all a jumbled mess. A lot of good teams in the race. But I can see why Gilbert is taking the Padres. Fernando Tatis Jr. for one, Jackson Merrill, another player behind him. Padres have a winning record on the Rangers side. You have a young team. They're 2 years removed from a World Series. They're almost 2 years removed from a World Series title, a year and a half almost, as we approach the All-Star break coming up in less than a week, less than 2 weeks. And I can see why. The Rangers are a tough team. Corey Seager's there still. The Rangers have a Seager. They have Adolis Garcia. They have other players as well. White Langford. A young team. Rangers are one of those teams that if they want to win the division, they're coming back now. They're making strides to come back. I think they're 2 games under, or a game under at this time, going into Friday. But I put my finger on this. The matchup's in San Diego. It's hard to win a game in San Diego. And with that being said, I think I might have to pick the Padres like Gilbert Joey, because I feel like the Padres, one of those teams, they're starting to come around. I just don't know if the Rangers can go into San Diego and get a win on a Sunday night. It's going to be a hostile environment. I think it's going to be like a playoff atmosphere. So that's why I'm taking the Padres. RJ, who do you like? Me and Gilbert both taking the Padres. Who do you want? Rangers or Padres? Make your pick. You going with the Padres too? Okay, you heard it right here, folks. Last pick of the day. You heard it right here. Clean sweep. Me, Yuma Joey, and RJ all picking the Padres. Yuma Joey and RJ taking the Cardinals against the Cubs. Well, I take the Cubs in the first game. If you did like today's MLB prediction video, please remember to watch, like, subscribe. Don't forget to tell friends to do the same if they've not done so already. And also don't forget to hit that notification button below so know when there's a new video on the channel. With that, thanks, have a good day. Stay safe and peace out. And also, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone, and have a good day. Roger says go Padres and Cardinals. Yeah, you want the Cardinals number 2? You want to wear both? These are both. These are both Cardinals and Padres' picks for the week. We'll see you next week, I believe. I'm not sure if there's a game Sunday night next week, but we'll see next week if there is. On Friday, see you next week. Bye for now. Have a good day. Stay safe, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye.